Good morning, students. Hope you're all safe and happy at your homes. So, last time you all had helped beautifully the cousins in making their charts, in telling them how to draw a chart and how to label its various parts. So we had done the chart elements. Here is a look of the chart that we had created last time, where each cousin could find out what amount of stationery he had got. So now children, this work was done beautifully. We have learned to create charts and what are the basic elements of the charts. We have the chart area, that is this complete area that we can see, the white portion as well as the colored portion. Then we also had the plot area. The plot area is where the actual plot is made. We have the data tables, we have the data labels, we also have the chart header, we have the data axis header, that is, this is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. You will ask me, ma'am, why are we repeating this again? Children, we are repeating this again because we need to revise our concepts about the charts, as now there are more people standing in line. Seeing the cousins got their problems sorted out in such a beautiful manner, now we have more people coming in with their tables. You don't agree? Let's see. Now here there is another group of people who warned that they are having a restaurant, and in that restaurant there are around 100 people coming, and out of the total 100 people, around 30 like Indian, around 50 like Chinese, and 70 like Mughlai. Of course, these people take other kind of foods also. Like people who like Chinese, they order sometimes for Indian. Also, people who like Mughlai food, they order Chinese also at times. But on an average, this is how his food is being prepared every week. So now the restaurant owner also warns that his data should also be presented in the form of charts. Now let us see, children, what are the different chart types available to us and how do we select a chart type based on the table we get. Alright, now we all know that charts are present in the insert tab. We move to the insert tab. Here in the charts group we get all these kind of charts. Now when I go to the recommended charts option and I click on all charts, I get all these kind of charts. Now just looking at it shows me so many kinds of charts that it can make anyone feel confused. So what we do is we just select a few of the charts, the most commonly used charts, and we focus on those. So for now, we will be focusing on column charts, on line chart, on pie chart, and bar charts. These are the 4 categories of charts which are most extensively used. Now, what are column charts? Column charts are the charts which are used to depict comparisons amongst different data items. Wherever you need, see, this is a column chart where the data is shown in columns. Here, the values are represented on the vertical axis. See, these are the values and these are the categories. The categories are Indian, Chinese, Mughlai, and the values are 30, 50, 70. So here in this chart we can see that the values are represented on the y-axis and the categories are represented on the x-axis. And this chart is used only to show comparison between the various categories, where all the categories are independent of each other. Like Indian food is different from Chinese food is different from Mughlai food. It is not something like that a person who eats Chinese cannot eat Mughlai, or a person who eats Mughlai cannot eat Chinese. They're totally independent things. So wherever we have a comparison and we have independent categories, we make use of a column chart, right? So in this category, the best possible thing would be to make use of a column chart. So let's make a column chart for this person. Now, apart from a column chart, we can also make a bar chart. Now, what is a bar chart? A bar chart is exactly like a column chart. This is a column chart and this is a bar chart. It is exactly same, but here the bars are all made horizontally in place of being made vertically. Means all the bars are sleeping bars. You can call it that way. Where the bars are sleeping bars, it is known as a bar chart, and where they are standing, it is a column chart. Also here the categories come on the y-axis and the values come on the x-axis. Otherwise it is same as the column charts. They are used for comparison, showing comparison between the various categories. So here we are definitely going to make a column chart and tell this person that yes, this is how your chart is going to look like. Of course, we can add on elements, this you all know now. So wherever we have comparison between categories, we make use of a column or a bar chart. This problem gets sorted out. Now children, there is one more case that has come to us. Now this is a case of a gardener who purchases quantities of different flowers, trees, shrubs in a year, and now he also wants his data to be depicted in the form of a chart. Now before we decide the chart for him, we need to see the data. Here the data says the categories are flowers, trees, shrubs. Now the quantities purchased are in the month of January to March, April to June, July to September, and October to December. Now if the person says, I want to see how much is the sale of flowers in different months. Now see here, he's asking only for one particular category or one particular data series over a period of year. That is, in 1 year, how much was the sale in January to March? How much was the sale from April to June? And July to September, similarly October to December. That means he is comparing the sale in different parts of 1 year of one product. That means when there is a comparison, here also there is a comparison, but only one thing is getting, that is flowers only are getting compared throughout the year in a duration of 3 months. So in this case we make use of a pie chart. Why? Because there is 1 year, that is there is one whole thing of which we need to compare, that January to March how much, April to June how much, July to September how much, and October to December how much. That means from one complete year we are creating different portions for one category of item only, that is flowers. So when you have to make a comparison of one data series only, we make use of a pie chart. A pie chart is used to plot only one data series, and the diagram is in the form of a circle. Now let us see the pie chart first. Before we make the pie chart, I'm going to select the months as well as the category that I want. I'm going to select the month as well as the category. I've selected it. Now it is only one category. I'll go to the insert tab and here I click on pie chart. Now pie chart, you can see children, this is in the form of a circle. Now why did I choose a pie chart? Now let us go for column chart. The column chart is showing me the comparison between different months, but here it is not telling me if I want to know that in which month was the percentage maximum, because when we are talking in terms of percentages, or when we want to know that where is the output maximum, where the output was minimum, and in which month it was the greatest, we calculate in form of percentages, just like we do for our result, that even 0.1% matters a lot. There we make use of a pie chart. So we can see a column chart will not be able to tell us the percentage, that is out of the whole year, in which 3 months was there the highest percent gain, in which 3 months was the lowest percent gain. It is not showing anything in a ratio of percents. Now if I make a line chart, the line chart also does not tell me, it just tells me the trend. Whereas when I come to the pie chart, this shows me, okay, that January to March is a blue circle. This blue portion is January to March, this much. April to June was this much, so this is the smallest, we can easily make out. July to September was the largest portion of sales of purchase. And then came this particular portion, that is October to December. So this shows that the numbers relate to a larger sum, and that is always in 100%. When I point towards this chart, I'll drag this chart here. Alright, now when I point at the various slices, now here it shows that January to March the value is 40 and it is 25% of the entire year's sale. So here we are getting a percentage. Similarly, if I go to April to June, the value is 30 but it is 19%. So here the percentages are depicted clearly. For the purpose of analysis, a pie chart is made because it tells us the data in terms of percentages. And the pie chart is always representing one particular series. Like we have talked of flowers only, one particular category. So if we have to talk about one particular series only, then we make use of pie chart. Otherwise it gets very confusing. Now for example, I just cut this and I say no, I do not want of flowers only, I want of flowers, trees and shrubs. Now let us see what the system will do. I'll take flowers, trees and shrubs and I have selected the entire table. Now I go to insert and I go to charts. In the charts I select all chart types and I go to pie chart. Now when I go to pie chart here, has taken only flowers. It is by default going to choose only one data series. Either if you want for flowers, trees and shrubs, then it will choose one particular month only, that is one particular range of month, January to March. So it is used for one type of a data series only. Alright, so we have shown this person that yes, if you need it only for one series, then you should go for a pie chart. Now, but the person is adamant. He says, no, I want to go for all the data series together. I want to see as a percentage how much sale was made in which month for each one of them. I don't want to see for flowers separately, for trees separately, for shrubs separately. Then what do? If you have to make it for all the categories, for all the data series, then what, and it has to be as a percentage, then instead of a pie chart, we make use of another category of pie chart. That type of category is known as a donut chart. The donut chart, see here in the pie charts, we have 2D pies also, 3D pies also. The one that is, it is going to come in a 3D shape. The earlier pie chart that we had made was a 2D pie. Now this is a 3D pie. Now I want of all the three categories. So this is the kind of chart I'll get. If I go for a donut chart, I'll get a donut chart of this style. Right? Now since this donut chart is not very clear to us what it is trying to show, here it is showing blue means quantities purchased in a year January to March. Now these three blue means that for flowers it was 40. For the trees and shrubs, it was 45. So there are two big blues and one small blue. Then quantity purchased in the year April to June is being depicted by orange. Since this was 40 here, this is for flowers. So now this has increased to 50. Then shrubs is here. Now since this is not very clear, I'll go to a 3D category. See, this is a 3D category of donut chart where the rings are clearly visible to us. Alright, or I can even choose this kind of category. Here also the rings are clearly visible. Here we are getting each data series in the form of a ring. Either you can choose this category. This is also very clear. So we choose this category which is clear. Here the rings are shown clearly. Now here the legend says that the blue color represents quantity purchased in the year January to March. Now for here when I point to them, this is for flowers, January to March. Now this is for trees. This is purchased from January to March. Now you'll say this is 45 mentioned in the table, but here it appears to be a smaller blue. Why? Because as compared to the rest, see throughout the year this is 45, but in April to June it was 67 and July to September it is 89. Here we are plotting percentages. So this is for trees, this is for shrubs, right? Shrubs, trees, and this is for flowers. Similarly, orange represents the quantity purchased from April to June, and this gray represents quantity purchased from July to September. So here each value is represented by a different color. This is a donut chart, that is, it is a type of pie chart where all the data series are shown in the form of percentages. So till now we have understood how to make use of a column chart. Where do we need a column chart? A column chart is needed where we have to make comparisons between independent categories. If we want the data series to be represented individually, we make use of a pie chart. But if we want all the data series to be represented as percentages, in one single chart, it becomes a donut chart. Now, the last type of chart that we would be doing is a line chart. A line chart is used where we want to see the comparison over a period of time. Suppose I just want to see a simple comparison in terms of numbers, not in terms of percentages. I just want to see the trend. That is, in which months the sale of which particular quantity picks up. As a trend, I want to see. There I make use of a line chart. If someone tells me, okay, just tell me the trend, where in which month is flowers the maximum, or when do the sales of flowers go up. So it is a trend over a period of time that I want to see. There I'll make use of a line chart, because a trend is shown by a line. So let's go to insert and see here. We go to recommended charts, and here in the all charts tab we go to the line chart. See here, the line chart, I just click on OK. This is the line chart. This clearly shows that this particular quantity, this is blue, represents flowers. The flowers sale, it was up in the month of January to March, but then it went down in April to June, and then it again picks up in the month of July to September, and then it goes down. So this is the trend for sale of flowers. Similarly, the trend for sale of trees, and similarly we have for shrubs also, we can see the trend here. So wherever we have to see the trends, we make use of a line chart. So I think it's clear, children. We have discussed 5 categories of charts, that is the bar chart, column chart, and here we have a comparison of all the different types of charts in Excel, that is the bar chart, column chart, pie chart, line chart, and donut charts. So now, children, we'll be practicing the charts. Here I've given you some examples. Use these examples and make charts for them so that you can revise the various categories of charts also, and the various elements in each category also. Do save your work.